We are going to do a quick demo of Mini Metro, the subway game. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to show you some tips for getting through the Osaka map, which is personally my favorite. A week ago or so I got a score of a little over 2,000, which is pretty good. Oh, I'm going to show you the score rank. It puts me in the top 10%, so therefore I think I can hopefully give a good demo. So we are going to get started. Alright, so I will tend to play in sort of full speed mode, and then I will pause as needed. So one thing to note is I kind of go about this map in two main ways. I have everything that happens on the left over out in the islands, and then so that tends to be accomplished by one circular train, and everything else over on the right tends to be just a network of spur routes. So it may at first look really confusing and like I don't know what I'm doing, because I design a really ugly looking train system that doesn't make sense until all the lines get built out further. So this blue line is going to be kind of up and down. The purple is going to be kind of left to right, and the red's going to end up being a circle. They just don't know that yet. But it's important for all of the sort of spur routes that we connect everything to at least a circle, a triangle, and a square. And there will only be one square on this map. If you're unfamiliar with the game, at the end of every week after Sunday you get some trains and some new options. So you can either choose 2 locomotives here, just the normal trains, or a really fast train. But because I'm going to be adding more lines, I'm going to go for the 2 locomotives. Oh, this is a weird option. Carriage or tunnels, no option for a new line. I'm going to go for tunnels. I tend to pair the carriages with the fast trains so you can add capacity. But what I really want is the ability to add some lines right now. So then there are these special tiles on the map that are not squares, circles, and rectangles, things like this star and this little kind of pie wedge here. So you have to really be thinking about those as well, and they make the game more difficult. Basically, just a quick review for anybody that doesn't know, each of these dots moves onto a train, and they have to get to where they're going. So this little square is going to get to here, triangle is going to get to here. So as you can imagine, if you have a star show up over here, we have to figure out the most efficient way, to get over to here or up to there or wherever it's going. So it can be complicated, certainly. So it's why you want to have a bunch of different options for how to get to one place. Because long term, say if only my red line goes to this, and that special space, it is going to make it really hard to get between those areas. Now I've got this really nasty looking blue line right now. I really want to be able to add another line, and it's not letting me. Okay, I'm going to add an interchange, which basically adds capacity to a station. And I'm going to add another train here on the blue because it's ended up being so long. My ideal is not to have a blue line that looks quite like this, but that's okay. Okay, so we definitely need coverage of triangles, but here to here, I also want to prioritize sort of route shortness. I think I just saved a little bit of distance here on the blue line as well. So you have to balance making smart decisions with making decisions that are efficient. Also, whenever possible, you want to avoid what I'm doing like right now, which is extending to like several circles in a row, especially at the end of a line. Circles are the most common, so they get really congested. Like this is going to pick up some, and then it's going to pick up more here. But it just becomes really complex. This is just going bad. Okay, now I'm going to add a fast train. Oh, and I can finally add another line. So now I have to think about what I am really looking for right now. I'm going to really shorten the blue line, first of all, because I really don't want it going all the way over there, especially now that it has this special piece on it. And instead, I want another line to take over that job. I'd really like the purple line to be headed in that direction. Well, that doesn't really make sense, the way that I'm organizing this. Nope, that's going to stay. And that's going to come here. So this isn't the prettiest layout, but it is the layout that we have chosen. We've got some extra tunnels. We have enough circles covered, so I'm going to give another option for trains to get to the star other than just taking the red. I may eventually extend the purple up to here as well. I don't know yet. And I'm going to add this triangle here. Yeah, so this purple is pretty unhappy because there's only one purple train. And ideally, I would add a fast train on here, but you see what's happening is these circles get all bunched up. So I'm going to add, I'm going to add a fast train. So you'll see it moves much quicker, which is great. So, like, one thing to think about is, say I had a plus sign here. Right now, it would have to come all the way up, transfer here, and move all the way down to get to there. So I'm going to give it another option. Now I'm getting to the point where I'd love to have a line, eventually, maybe in this area, too, because I don't want it to get too swinging all over the place if I can avoid that. I guess I'll add a line. So this gives me more options to work with, which is nice. All right, let's look. So we've got all of these these guys here, the pentagons. Duh, I couldn't remember what they were called. And right now, the only way for us to get to a pentagon is through this square to transfer here and get on the blue line. So eventually, this is something that I'm going to want to think about when I decide what I want to do with like the pink line, because we really don't want to, trap the blue trains just being able to pick up these pentagons. So that's not a good use of time. See, it's everything else is really struggling to move on the blue network right now because of the jam of the pentagons. Ugh, now we've got this little mess down here. What I could do is make everything easier right now, and I think I will. Adding a new pink line. Here we go. That should take care of that. Really having not a lot of fun here on the green line. I'm going to add a car here, but this pink will help at least to alleviate some of the pressure from the blue, and the purple can really continue to be extended. Come on, come on, come on. You can make it. Yeah, that's good. So really, what I need to do is to really solve what's going wrong with the blue line. So there's a buildup of circles, which makes everything difficult. Yeah, this is just an unpleasant looking network. So I'm going to do something that I don't really want to do, and I'm going to add that locomotive. Perfect. So I'm actually going to take away this locomotive that I just added, because I would rather put it somewhere else. I'm going to put it on the pink, but the blue line definitely needs help. So I'm going to add the fast one with a carriage. And this should help solve a lot of the problems that we're seeing. Should is the key word. But now green is looking messy. We're going to need another train soon. Green definitely can't handle having 4 circles in a row. Wait, but now we're giving it a triangle. This looks horrible, but this is actually really going to help. Because now all these triangles that are sitting here, rather than having to wait to get picked up on the way back, they can get dropped off at the end. So that just like made it almost 50% better, believe it or not. I still have 3 cars on the blue line here, which is weird and not really what I want. I'm gonna, since I gave the blue an extra, I'm gonna let the green that I think needs it more pick up that extra train. Okay, so ideally I'd love to add a carriage to the fast train on the purple, and perhaps add just something totally new. A new speedy one. Yeah, here we go. All right, it's getting moved here. Okay, so since I have one speedy guy, I'll move it. Move this to here. And I'll add a fast with a carriage to the green line. So that should really help solve what's going on in the green line. There we go. Way to go, green. So this is actually going pretty well. And now I'm just letting the green line do whatever the heck it wants. And soon, if we had a lot of buildup of like plus signs here, I would connect these so that it could move more easily here. Because right now, plus sign would have to go really far. So we want to avoid making it nuts, if at all possible. But right now, actually, the green line looks just completely nuts. It looks horrible. But the green actually seems like there's not a lot of trains moving through. So we're good. I'm still more concerned, honestly, about the blue. Because that's where we're seeing the most build up. Oh my god, 5 in a row. This is really bad here. This is just causing extreme concerns on my end. What on earth am I going to do about this? Okay. Gotta really think here. I guess a fast train would be best. With a carriage. And I'm going to add I'm going to move a normal train to the green from the blue, and I'm going to add a speed train with a carriage to the blue. That'll give me some extra lift on the green and extra speed on the blue. The only problem is when you have too many trains on a line, you can only have up to 4, but if you put too many together, they have to start slowing down because you can't have them all overlapping, which is actually kind of a big deal. I'm gonna have this guy go this way instead to space him out more from the other trains. Oh God, this is looking just really weird. Yeah, see, I keep having to do this little maneuver, which I really don't want to be doing. This I may kind of lose right here. I'll see if there's anything that I can do, but it may already be. It may be a little too late. Looks like we're about to lose our green line. There is just not much that I can do at this point. Yep. Well, regardless, we ended up with 1756, so that's a pretty good score.